Good morning. Yeah, you might remember a few days ago I released a video saying that I was celebrating some improvements, and I also mentioned that I'm always a bit hesitant to share any of these, because usually my experience is that the moment I utter something like this, then life gives me a different experience. So yeah, yesterday and today energy has been quite low. Yesterday in the end, even though I filmed a lot of material, so many things went wrong that at some point I thought, you know what, I just let it go. Yeah, and it reminded me of the video I'd just done 2 days prior, talking about the rigidity of sticking to it no matter what, and letting go in the sense of giving in immediately at the first sign of things not running smoothly. So yesterday it felt at some point, if I now push further, then I will be complying, so to say, with the outer form, but actually I'm missing the mark of what this whole thing is about. And that was definitely for me the right thing to do. So this is a never-ending exploration, I think, and again, even though the underlying thing might be the same, each manifestation then again it looks slightly different. Yeah, looking back on the last few days, I think it was the bee rescue that kind of pushed me a bit beyond what was actually good for me. And I'm just going to take that as an example, because I've noticed in a very present and connected state, it's very easy to sense, okay, this is still good, and now it's actually, and whatever the system is, because that point is there for any system, right? For me, it might be sooner than for other people, but the principle is the same. But then, in this case, the bees, well, it's about either looking away and they get sprayed and killed, or me taking initiative and try to rescue them. So why I'm sharing this is, if I look back, I think that was the point where my system went into leaning in more and kind of overriding some inner kind of, this is actually too much. And in my experience, once that step is made, it's not so easy to come back to real connectedness. My system then easily goes into go mode, and then the things that I witness is like there's more tunnel vision, and there's more. Yeah, it's leaning in more, and there's also a perception of this has to be finished, because finishing it promises that, okay, and so coming out of a state like that, which I think for anyone could last anything from a few moments to a few days to a few years, my experience again and again is that the system actually goes through several stages of this, what's the next thing, tick it off, and immediately the mind goes, okay, what is the next thing to do? Because actually I don't have the energy to do it, but yeah, let's go, because otherwise there's this backlog, that whole story, right? So I find it fascinating to see how from a state like that, the transition back to that calm connectedness, where the vision opens up, the horizon gets broad again, and then there's an effortlessness again. There's a loving presence somehow, in place of perceiving things that come in the way as obstacles that have to be overcome in order to reach that goal that promises there will be peace then. So And one more thing that I've noticed over and over again, that coming out of the state, whether through whatever means it is, for me normally it's meditation, but this transition from feeling basically normal, just a little of and then dropping through the different layers, sitting with the discomfort and sitting with a system that's actually saying, okay, the next thing, but just sitting with it, and then finally going, Only from a certain point, I feel, does one really become aware of, oh, there was actually stress. And that word obviously means a whole bunch of things to different people. And I'm not saying completely stressed out, but any level of stress. In order to really feel it, in order to really recognize it, I think almost there has to be a different experience, because there needs to be some contrast. And yeah, and whenever that happens, that is, I mean, it's such a a beautiful reminder. Yeah, and that's what I thought I want to share today. Yeah, this is the other beehive that I had mentioned. Right in the center of the screen, you can see the entrance. I'm now slowly zooming in. Yeah, they're tiny. There they come and go, come and go. Yeah, this one has been behind my room for a few weeks now, and it's under the roof, so I'm curious whether they're just going to stay on here or move it sometime. Let's have a look at the other ones. Yeah, so this is the place where I put the hive that I rescued a few days ago. It's beautiful to know that they got a second chance, and they seem to be doing absolutely all right. Most of them choose the main entrance, but some of them also come through the back door. Yeah, this is it.